What's up, guys? This is New Dub 2012, and today I'm going to show you how to make a dope beat. So, as with all dope beats, typically you start with a kick as your dope beat. So, let's get started. Let's throw a kick drum from an 808 sample pack into the sampler channel. Let's pick one. I like that one. Alright. Now, let's get a snare. And we don't have to go with the 808. We could. Let's look around here. Percussive. No, nothing good in there. Let's see. Nothing good in here. No, nothing good in there.
Boom, you understand?
Nothing good in there. What about 909? Alright, maybe we'll just stick with the 808. Let's throw it in there. And a quick little shortcut. Control L. Now it is right into the mixer channel there. And it even gave it its own name. That's fantastic. Now let's get our closed hat. So the reason that they called it closed hat and opened hat is because, well, hat, because the instrument itself looks like a hat. So open hat, closed hat, open hat, closed hat, open hat, closed hat. You get the picture. For the tick, tick, tick. Open. Those are good when you want some excitement. So again, I'm going to click these, Control L. Click these, Control L. Alright. Oh yeah, cowbell, very important. Just extra dopeness. Clap, Control L, and just for organizational purposes, I'm going to hold Alt and push up on my keypad, whatever. And then now they're right beside each other. So if I want to do this, yeah, let's slow it down. Let's tap a bit first. Okay. No, that's too fast. There we go. Alright, that's alright. Now, seeing as the closed hat and open hat are actually the same instrument in real life, IRL, you'll want to make sure that they cut each other off. So, this one's going to cut itself, hopefully not with a knife, and this will also cut the same number. So it's almost like cut channels. So you have your cutting channels, your cutting board. So I can do this, I can go pretty good. a little strange. So now a lot of people wonder how to make an effective bass line, because bass is a tricky frequency, because if you're not careful, it just ends up very muddy and it ruins the whole mix, and then you don't end up with a clear cut mix, which is your ultimate goal. So we're gonna start off with boo bass, and then I'm gonna show you why you should use boo bass, but also why you shouldn't. So again, Control L. It's got its own mixer channel. Hey, it even changed the color for us. Thanks, image line. Thanks a lot. Okay. So I'm just gonna come up with a bass line right now. Alright. Let's make it an A. Now, let's make sure everything's filled in. I don't want any gaps here. As much as I like the rhythm of the gaps, it's not what I want. It's not what I want. There we go, that's what I wanted. Now, okay, parametric EQ number 2. Let's watch the frequencies of this instrument. And if you notice, there's a lot going on here, and you really don't need that. So what we're going to do is, with our mouse above this cursor, hold it and pull it down, and now you end up with a cutoff. And we're going to do the same thing at the bottom, because with the bass line, you do not want it to, well, you could if you want to, but you don't want it to, you know, be too low, because when it's too low, the kicks get drowned out. And I'm going to adjust the Q on this. Okay. Now, let's lay this down. Now, I like some piano in my dope-ass beats, so let's get some FL keys. It's just FL keys, default FL keys is just a great default piano solution. You know, it sounds the way it should. So let's do Control L once again. It's got its own mixer channel. Now, what I'm gonna want to happen is I want it to come in here. Make sure you know what your snap is, because if you don't, It's going to be off timing. Way off timing. Okay. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'll play this pattern and then make something. And then I'll separate them. You'll see. I don't like it. Those notes are too long. They need to be shorter and faster. There we go. I don't know if you noticed, but these notes are in scale with the notes below. Yeah. So that works. Lower the volume of those. Alright. It's pretty dope. Now, like I said, cut it. Make sure you have the right one selected. Paste it. Now go to your playlist. Oh, look, it's right there. It's already there. Now I just go to song mode. Let's extend this again. Actually, no, let's not. Here's what we'll do. We'll clone this. Right-click the pattern number there. Clone. And paste it. Now I have the original and a clone, and I can alter this. So now you can give your song some interest. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make these a little bit quicker. All right. Do the same thing with the kicks too. Up the speed on them kicks. Also, miscellaneous. The thing we did with the hats, let's do the same thing with the kicks. So that way the kicks don't bleed into each other. Okay. Now, let's just focus on the levels of this entire thing here. See, they're all pretty much about the same. See, that piano's too high. We need to lower that. Okay, now let's get the cowbell in there. I'm going to make my own cowbell pattern without cloning because I'm not confident, so let's see. Alright, let's paste that in. Now here's something that's fun. If you want to generate some, you know, interest in your track, you make the tone go. So, an easy way to do that is to just, well, let's give it some rhythm. So it'll go. Now I need the tempo to be in thirds here, so this works. There we go. Perfect. That's going to happen right there. And then there's going to be some sort of crash. So we need some sort of crash. Now, I like the 909. Maybe not. Alright, we'll go with that. Crash. Okay. we need to give the toms mixer channel and the crash a mixer channel. Alright. Now remember how I said boo bass. There's a reason why you should use it and a reason why you shouldn't. This, see what I've made is a dope trap beat. So the problem with this is that dope trap beats do not mix well with acoustic bass in this. I mean, I could try to fix it as much as I want. I can crank everything. This doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this with a 3x oscillator. Turn the volume down on the other two. We don't need them. And we'll just actually turn the one up. Make it 50. Now we'll see. You hear that? It's too high. Let's lower each by 12. Again, it's too high, so I'm going to have to fix the whole thing. So I'll just go into the bass line and throw it down an octave throw down. Missing some reverb. There's no space. There's no space. So let's add some fruity reverb in there. People make the mistake of trying to do this. That's crazy. You don't need that. Just a few seconds of reverb decay and maybe even 10% of the wetness. This knob doesn't seem to do anything, honestly. It's fucking bullshit. Now, the piano's a bit too plain. I mean, I know I said it works, but there's some times where your heart just speaks to you and you gotta do what it says. So I'm gonna switch this with Slayer. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Let's switch the preset. Let's give it a Leslie. Big mistake. Okay. Guitar 3000, how about? That doesn't work either. Bass slap. Bass punch. There we go. It's got no stereo presence, really. What is a stereo shaper? A delay of about 50 milliseconds should be fine. Now, let's do some compression work on this because the important thing about sound is that sometimes it does things you do not want, and sometimes you just cannot control them. Plain. There's no way. So, but there is a way. So, fruity compressor. To start, just bring it to about 10. Now, up the ratio slowly. And you'll notice it has a bit of punch. Lower the gain, actually. Now, before it sounded really thick, really juicy, but now it seems to have lost some of its life. It's a tick and then it goes away. So to fix that, the attack. This is how long it takes for the compressor to compress the sound. So let's make it go a little bit longer. There we go. Same goes for this. Definitely goes for the snare drum too. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see, store in a spare state. Now I'm going to go over to the clap. Load a compressor. Oh, okay. It didn't save. Well, that's great, isn't it? Thanks a lot. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to do some mastering. So, the mastering suite, that's pretty good. It comes with FL Studio Maximus. Now what you're going to want to do is right click there, and you could try a couple things. I usually like Clear Master because it's just clear. You could do the max loudness, but what I'm really liking lately is the New York compression. It's just so fat. It's really fat. So, and one more thing I'm gonna do is EQ. What you want to do is scoop out the sounds you do not want. Scoop out the frequencies. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to break the rules here. Normally, you do not touch anything once you started mixing, once you started mastering, but I just had a creative, epiphany. I think the 3x oscillator should be replaced with Citrus. Citrus has some nice bass presets. Let's try deep. Okay, let's try perk. And see, I can't even hear it now because I've taken away the frequency, so I'm going to bring it back. silly, aren't I? I didn't replace it, I inserted it. Jeez. Fuck. Okay. Alright. Once you've done that, you're ready for what's known as the bloody mix, which is you select Fruity Blood Overdrive, turn the color down, turn the 100 switch on, and as you're listening to your mix, bring up the preamp, and you'll see the difference. See, it doesn't go above 0, but that's not loud enough, so I'm gonna click the arrow and push U to make these go up. And now we'll add a parametric EQ to the mids. Are not there, there's something there, it's not there, so I'm gonna increase them. And I'm going to make it really sharp, so it's going to be increases like this. But they're really sharp. Yeah, it's sounds pretty good to me. Now, if I wanted to make one more creative, looks like a bunch of trees. I'd replace the bass drum with well, I'd layer it with something. So let's see, do we have any? Let's go back to these vocal samples. Wrong one.
Time to get grimy. You up that sucker, trust me. John the CS. Back up, yes,
Okay. So I'm going to channel, layer. I'm just going to move it up, alt up. And I'm going to bring this in. So now what I'm going to do, all these bass kicks, cut them out, move them to the layer. All the bass kicks, cut them out, move them to the layer. Now, the way layer works is you highlight the channels you want and you set them as the children. So now layer is the parent of this. So what that means is this controls these two. And just for clarity purposes, I'm going to turn upload overdrive and the EQ. So adjust the pitch of it. Alright, let's bring back the EQ. Blood Overdrive. Let's give it one final test run. As I was saying, the Clearcut mix is defined by the frequencies that you choose to output. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Kind of tired. Just getting a bit depressed. I'm trying to find a job as a mastering engineer, but there's not many in Hamilton, Ontario. So, all right. See ya.